Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and don't worry, this is not going to become a thing. I'm just having a bit of a laugh. And yeah, today we're doing something that I don't think I've done before on the channel. We are revisiting a beer, and this to me is like top 5 favourite beers of all time. And it's from Germany, of course. It's world famous, from the beautiful city of Bamberg. And yeah, the story behind this beer was about 2 or 3 years ago, when I was still in Germany, I decided to, for my dad's like Christmas / birthday present, bring him back like a custom made 6-pack of some German beers. And 2 of these beers were pretty special ones to me personally. So fast forward to today, and I was over at his to have a roast dinner, and he just says to me, I don't really have any beers, but I found a couple of beers from a while ago. I don't know how old they are. And I was like, okay, is this probably going to be like old Coors Light or something like that? Not that I care, because, you know, beer's beer at the end of the day. So I was very surprised when he not only pulled out a 2 to 3 year old bottle of Schneiderweiser Aventinus, which was just c'est magnifique. Should really, what was that clumsy French? I should really do German there, shouldn't I? Sehr wunderbar. Yeah, that's just a beautiful bit. Again, another top 5 beer. And the other beer that was in this 2-pack that was left over was, of course, the Aecht Schlenkerla Rauchbier Märzen. From, of course, Brauerei Heller in Bamberg. Now, come on, we all know this beer. It seems to be like a Marmite beer. You either really like it, or it's just a little bit too left field for some people, which is perfectly fine. I could definitely see that. But I remember when I had this the first time, like about 5 years ago, or something like that, and I just fell in love with it. And when I was in Germany, I could get bottles of this for like 89 cents. 89 cents for a bottle of this, and you're paying like £3 upwards here in the UK, which I think is still a good price for what you're getting. So yeah, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to save that and revisit it and shoot a little bit of a review. So the best before date on this is July of 2016. Now, of course, being it's a Rauch beer, it's not exactly a beer that I'd say, or style, that you could really age too much, although I could be completely wrong. You know, I'm sure people have had success with beers that most people say, oh, you drink that now, don't leave it. But I thought it'd be really quite interested to see what a beer that I absolutely love and adore tastes like a couple of years down the line. So, of course, clocking in at 5.1%, beautiful traditional artwork. Yeah, it's iconic, and there's the iconic crown as well. So, very excited for this one, because I've not had a bottle of this for absolutely ages, and there's nice amounts of smoke coming out there. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I mean, I've gone into great lengths about why I love this beer and other beers from the brewery. But this to me is just like world class, top 5 beers of all time. In fact, I think my top 5 beers of all time, if I were to actually think about it and put it in a list, would be primarily German beers, because I love and adore German brewing culture, both traditional and, of course, the burgeoning craft beer scene. So, beer in a glass then, and that is a lovely sort of like oaky colour. Got sort of like conker look to it, maybe some slight ruby hues. You can see through it, and when you do hold it up to light, that ruby element comes through a lot more. But beer poured with, in this glass anyway, about 1 finger's worth of a sort of a banana bread batter looking beer. Can't really see it too much because of the, you know, it's a beautiful glass given to me by my now ex-potential mother-in-law. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, I'll always treasure that because it's just an absolutely gorgeous glass. And if you ever get the opportunity to do so, visit Kassel in Germany, Kassel. especially when they're putting on the documenta, which things every 5 years, like a big cultural thing. Yeah, just an absolutely beautiful city. You know, name me a city in Germany that isn't beautiful, even if it's like a big metropolis sort of thing. But yeah, it looks fantastic. So let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, man, it's still got that like quintessential, like honey roasted ham, slight smoky ham characters as well. That like smoked kipper character. God, that has not subsided at all. It's retained that lovely sweet smokiness. If anything, it might have like developed a sort of like a barbecue smoke character. Oh, that just smells. It just, to me, this is an absolutely divine style of beer. It really, really is. It just smells perfect. It smells as if I've just got this bottle. So I'm interested to see if any flavours change or develop. Anyway, let's get on with it. Prost. It has changed over time. But the one character that I'm getting quite a lot now is freshly baked spicy rye bread. You get that glazed ham character, that like barbecue, like pork as well. Yeah, big smokiness on the back end. And I don't remember it being as charry in that regard. Charry. Fantastic word. The dictionary of clueless. This is just what I remember this beer tasting like, with maybe a slightly more muskiness to it. That sweetness I find with this beer, very slightly subsided. It is more on that sort of like smoked fish element. Really nice and woody as well. Lovely sort of like gammon flavour in there. But it's that like smoky barbecue grill char character coming through, which adds like a slight pepperiness, almost like a peppered steak. It's very meaty. This beer has become even more meatier and savoury than it is if you were to have a fresher bottle. And yeah, it's taken me back to better times. It's taken me back to just being sat in like the height of summer in like a field in Regensburg, or a little park in Regensburg. We've got meat on the barbecue. I'm getting that like flavour coming in from the barbecue. And then I've got myself, even though I don't really drink Rauch beers in summer, it was more of like the autumn winter months, because it's just cosy, really is. So there is probably, let's not lie, sentimentality playing a big part in me adoring this beer. But the moral of the story is, even if you find a bottle of this that you've forgotten about, don't throw it away. Give it a try, because it has developed. It's become a little bit more savoury. And pointing as if I'm getting very aggressive, I do apologise about that. But fear not, this is still an absolutely beautiful beer. And like textbook example of the style. It's a 10 out of 10. It's just, oh, I've been wanting to drink this beer for such a long time, but never got around to picking up a couple of bottles. And it's just reignited that passion for German beer in me. So it's got a sort of like bittersweet feel to it in that regard, because it's a bit harder for me to get hold of my favourite German beers. It's going to cost a little bit more. But yeah, three or four quid paying for a bottle of that, happy to do so, because it's just such an indulgent, beautiful and intriguing beer drinking experience.